Hey people, oh, I introduced in a video because I never know what to say. I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's seeing him again? Like, is this him posting every day? Like, what is going on? I know I say this every video, but yeah, I don't know. I've just found myself in a place where I'm instead of keeping these thoughts to myself or journaling about it, let me take it to you bitches. Let me post it out here. First of all, I do want to say the jumper given. Okay, you see that? Yes. Okay. I have so many necklaces, but today when I woke up, I seen a selection of them, and I said, no. I was like, I'm gonna have to put them all on because I love each and every single one in this moment so much. So we have this cross, which is red, which by the way, we'll get to the video in a second. This is more important, you know? We have a spider with a red ruby on, a black heart with drips on it, and then it's a little kitty. Now y'all can't really say that, but it's a little cat on a mirror, okay? And I also just love the clankiness, right? Because we all love that, especially when you're walking and your bracelets be jiggling, it's a whole sensation. I finally come to terms with the hair, and I'm not gonna sue my hairdresser, but I am still mad about it, and I will need to fix it up. If y'all see me looking down on shit, that's because I'm looking at my notes, because it's too much to handle at this point, to keep track of everything. Bitch, I don't have a Samsung memo in my mind. But apparently y'all have been really loving me. Like I said this last video, for some reason y'all are preferring me when I get on here and talk about my own issues and things I struggle with, and sort of help you guys out with it. And I thought, okay, well, if that's what everybody wants, then I will give it to them. And I also know I said I'm going to start a podcast. Girl, that shit takes a lot of work, and I need to figure out the ins and outs to all of it. So for now, I will just start posting podcast style videos on here that will be relatively long, okay? And today I mainly wanted to talk about a couple of things, but the main one I had in mind is how much I miss my old self. But before I get into that, I do want to talk about some of my own personal issues right now. Y'all know, and I've mentioned before, that I have a fear of the future and growing up and anxiety about it. But what I didn't mention was that I do not leave my house. I'm scared to leave my house. Okay, I don't go nowhere, I don't hang out with anyone, I don't do anything. I just exist in my own home because everything scares me. However, lately I have been leaving the house on 2 different occasions. I know, of course, right, I'll have the odd night out, but if you're getting drunk, it doesn't, nothing matters, okay? As long as I know I have a way home, I'll go out, I have no problem with that. I'll usually get drunk before I leave. But, so if we cancel out that, 90%, and because me going out drinking isn't an every night thing, especially growing up with alcoholic parents, you don't fall into a pattern of doing that shit yourself, so it's once every 2 months, okay? And lately I have been wanting to go out more. I don't like the place I live in. Of course, I don't love this environment. It's very toxic. It's very the energy is very off all the time, constantly walking on eggshells. It's just not a good environment to be around, or even grow up in. And I have been wanting to go out more lately, which is weird for me because I don't want to go out by myself, and I won't go out by myself. But ever since me and my friend have gotten really close, all I want to do is go out. Now I don't know if that's more of a sort of attachment issues, because I find myself that happens to me in friendships, especially, that I get attached, and like over the top attached to the point where I'm like, I genuinely cannot breathe or think without this person. And it's kind of the truth. Like I said the other day, like I had this bitch ass come with me to the hairdressers because I was scared. Like, because the outside scares me. I didn't want to walk into the cinema room because, girl, the fuck, walking in front of all those people and going up the cinema stairs, like, that is sick. It's crazy. It's, what's the word? Pedophilia. Okay, I could never do something like that. And so I texted him and I was like, oh my god, I'm outside, like, please come get me. Bitch came and get me. And I'm like, that's a real, like, bitch, like, because I've had a lot of friendships. They've all flopped. I've mentioned this before. But I get attached in friendships because it's usually I find myself in friendships or relationships with people that are genuinely bad people or shitty people, and it's mainly because of that whole concept of you attract what you think your worth is. I got to a point in my life where I genuinely, like, I sat down and I was like, the people I'm friends with, the people that I date, like, it's not okay, because I know, like, I am settling for less because I think that's what I deserve. And in the end, I don't think, unless you're a shitty person, I don't think, like, you deserve that at all. It's just more of like a concept of the mind. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna have any friends until I meet somebody who is just genuine and a good person and caring, and like, most friendships, you would think like doing something like this would phase them. If anything, he's supportive, and I'm like, it's weird for me, and I don't fully believe it yet that he is supportive like that, or he's a good, like, obviously he's a really good person, like, duh, there's no ifs and buts and doubts about that. But when you are always settling for less, and then you finally say to yourself, no, I'm not settling for less, and I will find a friend that is, worth being friends with because they're genuinely a good and caring person, it's kind of hard to, like, fully be in that friendship and be like, damn, like, and so that's where I find myself. And because of this, because I finally, for the first time in my life, found a friend that is worth being friends for, like that, what's that? Oh yeah, so I find myself wanting to go out more. Like, when I'm on the way back home, I'm like, damn, like, this shit's over. Like, I have to go home and be in this space, which, yes, is my comfort space, and I don't like leaving, but I don't want to come back to it. And so, for me, lately, I do want to say that shit has been changing like that. So, for the people that struggle in that sense of always settling for less, or finding yourself in friendships or relationships with genuine bad shitty people, that's because you settle for what you think you're worth. So if you settle for somebody as a friend or as a lover, or like, ew, like, whatever the fuck y'all call it, it's more of a, if they're a shitty person, that's because you think that's what you deserve. When in reality, like, I understand, I can be selfish, yeah, I can be hella narcissistic. I grew up, I was raised by a narcissist, like, so I know I've got those, like, some of those qualities in me, which don't always come out, but in some situations I found myself being quite narcissistic. Like, I love it when people are like, your outfit's bomb. I love it when people are like, you smell good. And it, like, to me, that's a narcissistic trait. It's not a narcissistic trait, like, if you do it genuine, but I feel like it's a narcissistic trait because I've always gone up on that thing of, like, you shouldn't be making it about yourself. You shouldn't be saying to someone like, oh, but you think I did great. Like, Apparently you're not meant to do that because it's very narcissistic. So if that's the case, then I tend to be narcissistic sometimes, okay? Because I want... Y'all already know, okay? I fucking chase for people's approval. That's just life, bitch. Like, the fuck? And so I find myself, like, wanting to go out more with this person. Why? Because this person's a genuine good person. And so lately I've been coming home not as overstimulated as I usually get. I enjoy going out, and it's been like a crazy experience for me because I have always self-isolated. Y'all know this, I've said it before, and I don't like to leave. I don't like to go anywhere. I don't like people. And so for me, this is new. This is very new, but I'm loving it. I'm loving that feeling of loving somebody so much because they are like your like most favorite friend in the world, to the point where you're like, I want to go out more, I need to go out more, like I like need to be with this person more, because it's more of like a transaction of like energies. And it's like, if they are constantly being such a positive person and you're being a positive person, and like the friendship is like locked and tight, like y'all do not understand. And for me, why I make such a big deal out of it is because I've never been there before. Never been there before. Because like I said, settle for less. But then I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what, I'm done settling for less. I'm settling for what I think I'm worth. And I think I'm worth being friends with somebody who's a genuine good person. And so here I am. Okay, yes, so what I was meaning the other day by my video is that the reason, like, yes, I'm scared of the future, but I'm more scared of leaving the home that I live in. I don't leave my room. I live in this room. I don't go anywhere else because it scares me. And it pains me so much in a way to be constantly here existing. But for some reason, apparently that's changing. I always seen it as like maybe it was a punishment for all of the bad things that I once did as a child. But as time has been going on these past 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, I'm like, I don't understand how this has happened or why this is happening. It's a crazy experience for me, and I've been like genuinely like wholeheartedly just loving it, because I don't know how I feel right now. I'm finding myself in a lot of negative places, especially personal or with close people like family. And so I've had like, how do I say this, I've almost been feeling a certain way like this, but then I'm also feeling like this huge wave of relief and happiness and just genuine empathy overall. And I'm confused on why I'm happy and I'm sad at the same time, and I'm sad all the time. But I'm finding myself being happy all the time. And the emotions is indecisive, I think the word is I'm looking for, mixed feelings. And I'm having such mixed feelings right now, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I feel weird about it, and it's just kind of crazy for me right now, and I'm trying to figure that out. And I think it's all about balance, really. I think you feel multiple feelings at the same time, like obviously, right? But what is hard is sort of balancing them emotions and sort of, I don't know, because I don't want to say feeling them all at the same time, because that's where I get overwhelmed, that's where it's too much. But almost balance it out perfectly, so like, yes, I'm feeling happy, but I'm sad, and yes, I'm a little sad, but I'm also happy. And like balancing them emotions, I think it's all about balancing, and I need to learn to start to do that. But what is hard right now is that during the days I'm having waves. And so I'll go through a wave of happiness that'll usually like last all day. And then as soon as nighttime hits, I'm sad. And I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know who I am. And for me, it's confusing. And I think that's okay, definitely okay. But I just think that for anybody feeling like that, feeling that type of way, I think it's all about surrounding yourself with people. And I know this is so fucking like cheesy to say, but it like I never listen to it, but it is so true. Surrounding yourself with people that are genuinely good people and make you feel great, like about yourself and about life, like that's the way that you find that happiness back. If you've lost your happiness, if you're feeling that type of way all the time, surround yourself with people. And I know it's hard if you have an extremely toxic family who are extremely negative and they're not overall good people, then it's hard. It's hard. And it's that right there, especially negative families, toxic families, that sort of put you subject yourself into a box of, this is how I've been raised, this is how I've been growing up, so this is what I'm worth because this is what's been drilled into me. When in fact that's not the case at all. You have to learn yourself, and I know it's like easier said than done, it definitely is, but over time, because trust, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it too, bitch. Because, well, I say I haven't done much, but like I have. Like I've got overcome crazy shit, and I always bring this up, but I overcome a Crohn's disease, fistula eating disease, and something called mischiopophrolus. I don't know, bitch. I've got the letter with all of it on, and I went through treatments, procedures, scans, surgeries. I had a tube going from inside my kidney going into my bowel because all of my kidney had swelled up and it was starting to squeeze. And when they did like the jelly thing on the roller thing on my stomach, it was just black. Like it was a shadow. Like, and that for me was one of the scariest moments of my life. And the groans and everything that came along with that, and my past 4 years of being extremely ill, I never thought I would overcome it. And at one point I was said to myself, like, being in pain every day, agonizing pain is what I deserve for the shitty person I used to be. And it took me a while to realise like that wasn't the case. I was just unfortunate to have been in that position. And so what I'm saying is, I know it's easier said than done, but you have to train your mind and train yourself that, first of all, rule number 1, let go of things that no longer serve you, especially people. I don't think you see it now, but people can be so negative in such a like sly, secretive way, to the point where you don't even feel like it's them, you feel like it's you. And this is mainly in like domestic relationships and that, but it's also in friendships, it's also in family, and they will break you down over time. And then when you're there right at the bottom, they can snatch you up and they can make you feel like shit. So it gets to a point where you think you're building yourself up because you're gaining friends, you're in a relationship, you've got a job, you're working with people, and you think your life's leveling up. Bitch, no it isn't. It's going below what you thought that was your rock bottom. Because once they snatch that ass up and they put you down like that, you just keep going down, because your self-worth drops, your sort of perspective on friendships, relationships, life overall, career, down. I had to train myself to understand that it is okay to let go of things that no longer serve me. When I was in like this on and off relationship with this man, he genuinely overall, like, he was a decent person, but deep down he was kind of a shitty person, a really shitty person. And I never wanted to break it off with him. Instead, I would fuck him about because I didn't want to break it off, because I felt like if I'm gonna settle down, that's probably the best I can do. I had to train myself. That's not the case at all. You have to be the one that sits there and says to yourself, I am done living like this. I am done. I will no longer live like this. I will no longer treat myself like this, because you've got to see it in it as, and I do too. This is how I start to see it. If I was my parent, I would not want my child feeling like that. I would like, if your child right now was in the situation that you are, you would not want your kid feeling that way. You do everything in your power to make sure that didn't happen to them. And so you have to be your own parent, because like, I know some people can't rely on their parents and family for certain matters, but that is life. I'm sorry to say it, but that is life. Trust me. You have to let go of the people that are negative in your life, the people that think they know better than you. Like, you know, the people that like be telling you what you can and can't wear. Don't be crazy. Like, let that bitch go. Let go of things that no longer serve you. Okay, and I also believe in that whole thing of like objects, clothing, shit like that. It holds onto energy. I mean, that is science. Okay, that is science. So if you have your ex's hoodie or your friend's fucking top at your place and you wear it, even if you've got pictures in your phone or on your wall, if people you used to be friends with, not friends with them anymore, you are still holding on to the remnants of them relationships. You need to let that go. I understand that you can't instantly get up and leave a toxic family like that, but that you can work on over time, because that is totally different. But friendships, relationships, you think it's hard to leave, and you think you can't, but you can, because the only person stopping you is you. That is logic. So I'm training myself up to that stage, and I'm finding myself with better friends. I'm finding myself, yes, maybe he's yearning for a relationship, but also realizing that I will not settle for the first man that comes along. I will settle for someone who I genuinely know I want to be with for the rest of my life. Next, I want to talk about the fact that I miss my old self indefinitely. I think it's like this whole thing of, if you miss the person you used to be or miss the life you used to have, then that means you're improving. You're getting somewhere in life, because that means you've changed. Now for me, I get that, everybody does, but I mainly miss the person I used to be in confidence. And that is also something I'm trying to work on right now, is when I was younger, I was like able to speak up for myself. If a teacher had thought for a split second they were going to tell me what to do, I would get, because, side note, here's the thing, I genuinely hate being told what to do. Okay, there was one time, and I was on the game with my friend, and he was like, give me advice, and he was like, okay, you want to go to the back because you're healer, we're playing Marvel Rivals, girl. He's like, you want to go to the back because you're healer, and then you want to do this, and you want to do that, and I was like, okay, hold on, did I hear that right? Bitch, you best believe I muted myself and said, huh? Because for me, I hate being told what to do. I hate being told what to do with a passion. I will only do things that my family tell me to do, because I've grown up with that. But I've always hated people telling me what to do. I despise it. And if anything, I'm gonna do the total opposite. If you tell me not to do something, I'm gonna do it. If you tell me to do something, I'm not gonna do it. And so, what am I getting at? Girl, like, waffling. Hello? How are you? Oh yeah, and so I like never stuck up for myself. Like, I'm never sticking up for myself no more, speaking up for myself. Like, I let people walk over me. I let people like tell me this, tell me that, tell me this, tell me that, and when I was younger, if somebody told me what to do, I blow. Okay? If somebody was out of place, I would clock their shit. Like, you best believe, bitch. I'd have everybody sitting in that room gagged within an inch of their life. Because, I mean, I've said this before, when I start reading a bitch, because I can read a bitch, like, trust. But now I hold myself back and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything until the last possible minute. Or I find myself in like a lot of situations. I was sat in the Uber today. Like, I'm so disgusted in myself because this is what I mean. This guy, he's like, okay, what are you getting up to? No, I got in a taxi, sorry. And he was like, did you put Greg's? And I was like, yeah, because I'm going to Crook for my haircut. And like, the only place I know in Crook is Greg's. Because I don't go to Crook. And I was like, but the hairdressers I'm going to, it's up the street from Greg's. So I thought, okay, well, I'll put in Greg's on the Uber thing. And so I get in the Uber and he's like, did you go to Greg's? And I was like, blah, 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 telling him. And then he was like, okay, do you not go to the Turks down the street? I was like, girl, what? Oh, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Right. And I said, no, I used to go to a barber, but he started fucking up my hair, so now I changed to, like, this other place. And he was like, yeah, like, they're really bad at doing hair, and they will charge you more because, and they'll take longer and charge you more because they're all about money. And like, we drove past this like car wash place, and I think it's like a Turkish owned business. And he was like, yeah, that's a front because they're all truggies and like the police don't do anything about it. And at this point, like, it's we let them more in. And I was like, I was just gagged. Also, give me a minute, bitch. I'm so sorry, okay? But when you're broke, it's either Spotify or YouTube Premium. And I'm not about to YouTube Premium. No, because what am I going to use it for? I watch YouTube mainly and solely just to watch Brittany Broski, to watch myself, and to watch Shelby. Like, that is it. Trust. So I was saying, before I was really interrupted, I was like, that was my face. I, like, had to pick my jaw off the floor. I was gagged. I was bounding gagged. Guess what? I didn't say anything. The old me would have been like, dude, are you fucking okay? You're an Uber driver. Get a grip. What are you, mad that these people might be making more money than you? Because there is a possibility that they might be druggies. They might be drug dealers. Who cares? Okay, why are you gonna single, like, bitch, point proven, like, you just singled them out because they were Turkish. If there's thousands of other drug dealers that live in our county as a whole, and yet you're not out here picking them out, don't get me started, bitch, because I will sit on here and fucking rant about it, but not say anything to their face. And it's like, what is fucking wrong with you? This is why I tell myself I need to get on testosterone, because apparently, like, and I hate to say this, but apparently I need to be more manly. Yeah. But like, it's not that at all, because I be saying, so many people be like, if they order something and the food comes and it's like cold, they send it back, and I'm like, I could never do that. If I find a piece of hair in my food, I'm just getting up and walking away. I'm not telling them. I'll still pay for it. It's like, I don't stick up for myself. I don't stand up for myself. And like, this is another thing. And listen, I hate to be one of those people that blame it on something, but I genuinely, like, and I've said this before, and I genuinely do blame it on that because, like, I'm not stupid. Like I said before, I'm very self-conscious. But when I got told something by doctors and psychologists, I look at it now like, no, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense that I self-isolate and I'm scared to leave the house. Like, is it a neurodivergent thing? Is it an autistic thing? And for me, that is fine. I will happily go by my day knowing that the reasons I don't do certain things, the reasons I do certain things is because of something. But at the same time, why am I sat here blaming it on something that could easily be within my control? Because I know deep down I can go out. I know that deep down, but I don't because I'm scared. I miss the old me in the sense that I was confident like that. I was able to make rash decisions. I was able to do all of these things. But at the same time, I don't miss my old self because that person I was self-sabotaging and was selfish and was narcissistic and was just not an overall good person. And yeah, it sucks being here today and being like, I can't leave my house. Mentally, I'm just not there. And it also sucks thinking constant negative things about yourself or just in overall. Obviously the environment doesn't help, but like, sure, it sucks, but sorry, I need to get up real quick. I was saying, like, yeah, it sucks. All of this shit is like 19 years old and I'm scared of everything, and I'm constantly like punishing myself and putting myself down and being a fucking dick to myself. And it is sad, yes, but also I know I've got to work on it, and I know I can't, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how scared I am of things, I know that I'll be fine. I have a level of delusion that none of y'all bitches could match. My delusion, if there was a way to test how delusional you were, whether we're doing blood samples, urine samples, okay, whether we're getting some tissue from inside the body and we need a endoscopy, like, if we could do that, sign me up, because I know mine's gonna be higher than all y'all bitches, for real, because I'm so delusional. But I think that's a good thing. I think being delusional is a great thing, because that's how you get places. That's how you get where you want to get in life. And so, y'all, my nose is so itchy, like, just all here. You say that. Is she red? Hold on. Is she red? No, she not red, bitch. She just crazy. And so, girl, I'm picking up what I'm saying. Y'all didn't say me deep throat that mic. That just didn't happen. You're dreaming. Go back to sleep. And so, I apologize for this 3 minute of losing my mind. Where am I? What am I doing? Yes, I was saying. So, all of this sucks. I've got to work on it. I need to put in the work. But oh my god, hold on. I'm gonna pause this again, bitch, because I forgot what I was saying. Delusional. That's it. My level of delusionalness reaches a point of saying, I know in the end I'm gonna be fine, and I will get there. And I'm glad I think like that. Obviously, I never used to. But, like, my main message here today is, my life is drastically changing at the moment. I'm feeling all feelings at the same time, and it's confusing, and it's really, like, weird for me. But I'm just glad to know that I'm genuinely a normal person, sort of, with normal feelings. That I'm not a sociopath, because I am feeling all these feelings, and I'm so grateful to be able to be sat here and, like, think like these, at least, like, these are the most things I worry about compared to people, like, who can't find their daughters, you know? I don't know why I brought that one up as an example, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm looking around that position, and so I definitely need to work on it. But my overall message is like, yes, if you miss your old self, that's because you're moving on in life. And you miss the person you used to be, that means change has been happening, and that's a good thing. my second message was that you don't always need to be people pleasing, and you don't need to settle for things or settle for people, because your life is your own, and you write the pages to your own story. And so if you settle for someone and you have a sort of intellectual dialogue going on within yourself, and you're like, is this person good for me, but this person does this and there's red flags here, then 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry to say, that person probably isn't for you. And I'm not talking red flags of like he eats crisps a certain way, red flag. No, bitch, I'm talking about personality traits. If the person is a shitty person deep down, then let them go. That's my message. Let them go. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many self-help videos you watch, how much medication you take, how much therapy sessions you go to. There is nothing in the world that can help you apart from you. And I have come to terms with that, and I think that's my only way forward. That I know of how scared I am of the outside world, and how scared I am of people and rejection, and I get attached, and I know that, and I know no one's coming to save me, no one's coming to fix it. I know I'm scared of what my future holds, especially career-wise. Knowing there's a lot of pressure on me for that, then I'm the only one that can do that, because at the end of the day, nobody is gonna come save you. Like, I'm not gonna get kidnapped by somebody in the mafia. Like, it's just never gonna happen. Okay, 9 times out of 10, if you get kidnapped by the mafia, your body's getting found in a lake. Like, don't be that delusional, because I'm not even that delusional. Well, I was kind of mad when I dressed up one time at the shop and I didn't get kidnapped, okay? I was looking mad. But yeah, you gotta let go of things that no longer serve you. And I know it's hard to come to terms with that and actually put action to it. It's very hard, trust me. Like, it's so fucking hard. But it takes a certain amount of strength and a certain type of person that is willing to move on in their life and accept change. And I hate change, but I know change gone. It takes for you to sit there and say, I no longer want to live this life. And that's exactly what I've sat and done. I was like, I can't keep crying all the time. I can't keep bed rotting up my life away because I'm scared, and because I don't think I deserve this, and I'm like, wake the fuck up. Like, stop feeling so sorry for yourself. You've got to get up. You've got to move on. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you die. It doesn't matter if you do this or you do that or this happens to you. Guess what? The sun still shines in the morning and sets at the end of the day. Okay? The world didn't stop for me when I was fucking dying. And also, the world was not stopping for me when I was crying. When I was heartbroken. It didn't stop for you, did it? No, bitch. Why? Because you are one out of like 8 point something billion people on the planet, and you would rather live the life that I'm living, and I would rather live a life that's like bed rotting away because I'm scared of the outside. I have to make the most out of my life because I've already been deprived so much of it. I have had so much of it stolen away from me. And I'm no longer gonna sit here and be like, this is what I'm gonna settle for and this is what I'm gonna do and whatnot. I'm not gonna do. No, I have to take the actions into my own hands and move on. And I'm gonna let go of things that no longer serve me, because that's my only way moving forward. My only way moving forward is to burn that shit, burn the family tree, break these generations of curses that were installed upon us. Like, and I hate how Christians turn this into a whole thing, like it's, baby girl, unite Jesus. If your parents were an alcoholic and we can save you, break their generational curse, amen. No, bitch, a generational curse is things like where alcoholism and shit like that runs in your family, and abuse, and it runs in the family, and then like one child breaks it, and like, bitch, I'm delusional to the point where I'm gonna say that's me, because I have to break that shit, and I have have to move on with my life, and I need to continue this journey I'm on. And it's okay that I'm feeling all these mixed emotions of sadness, but also happiness. And it's okay that I'm enjoying bits of my life and not enjoying some other bits. That's okay. At the end of the day, you, me, everybody, you've got to remind yourself that this is your life. No one's coming to save you. You have to move on, and the only person who can make change in your life is you. And I still can't even get a grasp of that fully, but I'm trying. And all you gotta do is like 1% a day, and over time, it changes. Trust me. Damn Oprah, preach it. Yo, I promise I will not post another video tomorrow. I know. It's like a video for every day this week. Who is she? I know. So I will still carry on with this style of video. But trust, this is my last one this week. I just thought I've just got enough of my friends. Like before I'm gonna go to sleep, let me record a little cheeky something and post it, because I've already got necklaces on and the jumper. Like, for real, I mean, look at her. Like, she is just stunning. Like, y'all see that? Like, it's my favorite jumper. And I have another one like this, but it's got like white eyes all over it. Oh, I know that shit hurt your ears, for real. But yeah guys, bitch, don't fucking say guys, because I'm finna like chop my dick off. I'm not cringed out at what I just said. Okay, bitches, this was a great video, and I'm very happy with it. And if y'all haven't seen the other ones, go check them out. Go check out my bitch Shelby. Like I says every video, she's my icon. And like, listen to what I said. Don't be a fucking idiot. Listen to what I said and let that shit sink in, okay? I don't know, maybe start channeling or something, babe. But we need to get our lives together. We do. If not for us, for our fucking next generation. On God. Okay. Bye, bitches.